Hello, dear students. My name is Bankeshwar Panigrahi, Faculty, BCA Department, Chikadi Mahavidyalaya. Today we are going to start a new topic, that is TCP/IP model. In our previous classes, we have discussed about OSI model, which is having 7 layers in it, and today we are going to start a new topic, that is TCP/IP model, which is having 4 layers in it. So in today's discussion we have discussed about TCP/IP model, characteristics, and the 4 layers of TCP/IP and their functionalities. Okay, so when the communication is going on in between the two devices which are located in source and destination points, there we have to follow some protocols to going on our communication. Among all the protocols, TCP is one of the protocol and IP is one of the protocol. So TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and IP stands for Internet Protocol. So the both combination of TCP/IP protocols grouped together to form TCP/IP model, which is used for the long distance communication, where one point is located in a remote location from another point. It is used there to make the communication easily, or we can say that TCP/IP model is used in client server environments also. Okay, so first we have to know what is TCP/IP model. So listen carefully. TCP/IP model helps us to determine how a specific computer should be connected to the internet and how the data should be transmitted between them. That means the TCP/IP model is used when more number of systems are interconnected in the form of internet or in online transactions or in online communications, that determines how the data should be transmitted or how the information should be exchanged in between the two ends, that is source end as well as destination ends. So the main purpose of TCP/IP model is to allow the communication over the large distances. Okay. As I have told you that this model is used for communication in large distances, as like client and server environment. We are using the TCP/IP reference model. Okay. Next, what are the characteristics of TCP/IP? I will discuss one by one. Okay. So, what are the characteristics of TCP/IP? In TCP/IP model, though it is used for long distance communication, here in case of TCP/IP model, there is easy to add more systems to a network. That means adding a network in case of TCP/IP model is very easy. It is a connection oriented protocol. TCP/IP is a connection oriented protocol, and another characteristics is, in this method or in this model, the communication is going on in between the two devices until the source and destination devices are functioning or working properly. That means when we are communicate with our destination end, which is situated at a far distance remote location, then there we are using the TCP/IP model, reference model, and the communication is going on until the two sides, that is source side as well as destination side, will functioning or working properly. If one of the sides failed to working, then the communication is aborted easily. Okay. So this is all about the what is TCP/IP model and the characteristics of TCP/IP model. So again I am telling, TCP/IP model is used for long distance communication, and TCP/IP reference model works in online transactions or online communications, and it having some important characteristics that are here in this model. Adding a new network is very easy. Next one is, it is a connection oriented protocol. In this model, the communication is going on until the two devices at two ends are working properly. If one of the device is failed, then the total system will be aborted or disconnected. Okay. So we may go through the notes about the TCP/IP model. Okay. So here are the notes. TCP/IP model helps you to determine how a specific computer should be connected to the internet and how data should be transmitted between them. It helps you to create a virtual network when multiple computer networks are connected together. The purpose of TCP/IP model is to allow communication over large distances, and TCP/IP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol. It is specifically designed as a model, offers highly reliable and end-to-end byte stream over unreliable internetwork. So these are the characteristics. It supports for a flexible architecture. Adding more system to a network is easy. In TCP/IP, the network remains interact until the source and destination machines will functioning properly. It is a connection oriented protocol. It offers reliability and ensures that a data which arrives out of sequence should put back into order. TCP allows you to implement flow control, so sender never overpowers a receiver with data. Okay, that means in which rate the sender will sending the data. At the receiver side, the data should be received at the same rate. If the receiver side, the data rate is slow for receiving, and sender side is data that is very high to sending data or informations, then there is a possibility of collision or data loss. That's why the TCP implements the flow control. Okay. That means information flow control. Okay. So next is layers of TCP/IP model. So what are the layers are there? 4 layers are there of TCP/IP reference model, and they have their own functionalities with them. So what are the 4 layers of TCP/IP? Application layer, transport layer, internet layer, network interface layer. In case of OSI, there are 7 number of layers, but in case of TCP/IP, we are using 4 layers, that is application layer, transport layer, internet layer, and network interface layer. So first we may discuss about application layer. So the application layer, listen carefully, application layer is interacts with an application program. So application layer is interacting with an application program in TCP/IP reference model. It interacts with the software application to implement a communicating component. That means whatever we are using the application programs or apps to success our communication. So the these applications or apps are working in the application layer. So next is the transport layer. So the transport layer provides data transport or data exchange from a process to another process, or from a process from source system machine to a process on a destination system. That means process to process information transfer or data transfer is the responsibility of transport layer. So another functionality is it determines how much data should be passed or should be sent and what is the data rate or data speed rate it should follow. Okay. So transport layer decides how much data should be sent and what is the data speed rate. Okay. So next functionality of transport layer is it divides the messages received from the session layer in OSI model into segments and numbers them to make a sequence which is easy to transfer from one location to another location and find out the errors. So these are the functionalities of transport layer. Again, transport layer is used for process to process resource transaction or information sharing, one process from source end to one process at the destination end. Information sharing is done by transport layer and it determines how much data should be transferred in how much speed, and it divide the messages received from the upper layer, that is session layer, into segments and numbers them to make a sequence and provides the sequence numbers, which is easy to find out the error control. Okay. So this is all about the transport layer. And what is the functionality of internet layer? So the internet layer, it also known as network layer, and the main function of the internet layer or network layer is to send the data packets from any network and any computer still they reach at the destination with respect to the appropriate path, with respect to the appropriate path or appropriate route. That means the network layer is responsible for transmit or transfer the data packets one by one from one location to another location with a minimum number of errors and with a easy path which is easy for transmit the message or data from one location to another location. So this is the functionality of internet layer. And what is the network interface layer functionalities? It is the last layer of TCP/IP reference model. It is also called as network access layer, and it gives the details of how data should be sent using the networks. How data should be sent using the networks. So this is the functionality of network interface layer. Okay. So next we may go through the nodes. So as I have told you, the TCP/IP reference model is divided into 4 layers: application layer, transport layer, internet layer, and network interface layer. Application layer is used to allow access to network resources. Transport layer is used to provide reliable process-to-process message delivery and error delivery. Internet layer is used to move packets from source to destination, and it provides also the inter-networking. Network interface is responsible for the transmission for the between two devices on the same network. Okay. So these are the functionalities of application layer. What are they? Application layer interacts with an application program, as I have told you, which is the highest level of OSI model. The application layer is the OSI layer which is closest to the end user. It means the OSI application layer allows users to interact with other software applications. Application layer interacts with software applications to implement a communicating component. The interpretation of data by the application program is always outside the scope of the OSI model. So these are the examples of the application layer: file transfer, email, remote login. These are the examples for application layer. So these are the functionalities of application layers. This layer helps you to identify communication partners, determining resource availability and synchronizing communications. It allows user to log on to a remote host. This layer provides various email services, and this application offers distributed database sources and access for global information about various objects and services. So next is transport layer. So transport layer builds on the network layer in order to provide data transport from a process on a source system machine to a process on a destination system, and it determines how much data should be sent, where and at what rate. This layer builds on the message which are received from the application layer. Okay. So transport layer helps you to control the reliability of a link through flow control, error control, and segmentation or desegmentation. The transport layer also offers an acknowledgement of the successful data transmission and sends the next data in case no errors occurred. So TCP is the best known example of the transport layer. These are the important functions. It divides the message received from the session layer into segments and numbers them to make a sequence. Transport layer makes sure that the message is delivered to the correct process on the destination machine. It also makes sure that entire message arrives without any error, else it should be retransmitted. So next is internet layer. An internet layer is a second layer of the TCP/IP model. It is also as a network layer. The main work of this layer is to send the packets from any network and any computer, still they reach the destination irrespective of the route they take. Okay. So message delivery at the network layer does not give any guarantee to be reliable network layer protocol. Layer management protocols that belongs to the network layer are routing protocols, multicast group management, network layer address assignment. So next is the network interface layer. The network interface layer, in this layer of, it is the fourth layer of TCP/IP model. This layer is also called a network access layer. It helps you to define details of how data should be sent using the network. Okay. So it also includes how bits should optically be signaled by hardware devices which directly interfaces with a network medium like a coaxial cable, optical fiber or twisted pair cables. Okay. So next is, this is the functionality structure of TCP/IP reference model. Okay, these are the protocols we are using. Okay, TCP/IP, SMTP, FTP, Telnet, DNS, SNMP. So these are the protocols we are using in the different layers of OSI models. Okay. So this is all about the TCP/IP reference model. Thank you.